Proximity alert. Vessel approaching. The vessel is hailing.
Space.
So first, some housekeeping, some important corrections from the last episode. The beginning of the episode, it kept saying encounter at Farpoint Station. It is not encounter at Farpoint Station, it's encounter at Farpoint. While I was editing that episode, that drove me insane. I was like, you fucking idiot. Why are you saying the wrong one?
You're so wrong. How can you be so wrong, Eric? What kind of Trekkie are you?
Yeah, imagine saying bad things about yourself in your head. I certainly have never done that.
Yeah, no, who does that?
I certainly didn't spend 8 hours removing all of the breathing from the first half hour of the recording because I forgot, because I didn't realize that humans actually breathe when they speak, and when I heard it on the recording, I was like, "What? This is insane! What? How has no one noticed this before?"
Breath in 2021? I don't think so.
Breath in this economy? Come on.
Second important correction: I said Event Horizon was a good movie. That was wrong. I'm sorry. Event Horizon is not a good movie. It's a good concept. Event Horizon is a terrible movie.
I totally disagree. But maybe it's just because I look at Sam Neill and I just think, yeah, I like you.
The variety between us on this podcast is growing more and more every moment. I noticed this as well. We never actually stated the purpose of this podcast, the purpose of Left Trek, what our goal is. Just kind of went in for it, which I think is good. But let's be clear. So the goal is to, first of all, it's a Star Trek podcast from a lefty perspective. Obviously, we're all lefties here. But yeah, I know, right?
Excuse me, I'm a Thatcherite.
Oh, well, that's
excuse me.
We don't live
champagne on the reg.
Yeah, we don't live in no one lives in a society, okay?
And
that's
anarcho-Thatcherism.
Hell yeah.
I just vomited.
It was I just played the green notes but in words. So our general thing that we're going to be doing, watching 1 to 2 episodes of the series, starting with Next Generation, where it is recommended to start, except not where it's recommended to start. Start at season, I said start at season 3 last time. Since then I went through and watched a bunch of, I've been trying to stay away from season 1. I don't want to watch season 1 to begin with, but season 2 is really where it starts to get good, pretty early on in season 2. Like Measure of a Man is like episode 8 or something. Phenomenal episode.
Hold on. Before we go any further, are we gonna should we introduce ourselves again? Like should that be like the thing?
Yeah, we're coming to that. So okay. This is me. I'm Eric. Hi. Joining us, of course, is Brian, Trashcan 1312 on Twitch. Say hello, Brian.
Oh, little old me. Yeah, no, it's me, Trashcan 1312 on Twitch and Twitter and everywhere else that you have names.
And
Trashcan 1312. And hit me up on New World. Just kidding. Please don't hit me up on New World.
Is that all? Oh, you're gonna get so many people sniping you now. Fucking get ready. And continuing to be to play the Rube, Zotz.
Hell yeah, that's me. I'm the Zotz. Hi everyone. Only Zotz on Twitch, so twitch.tv/onlyzotz. That is, and I'm the content. I'm the content. So let's fucking go.
Zotz is our little content generator. We feed him episodes of terrible old TV shows and we receive content in return.
One day we're probably going to do one of these where these two show me anime and we'll do the same shit, but until that happens, Eric and I are the Trekkies. So
All right, so where do we start? We start at what the fuck is that episode called?
The Naked Now.
The Naked Now.
Oh hell yeah! Everybody rolling on fucking Molly. Yeah, this is the fucking this is the party episode.
So I think I'm not nearly as familiar with the original series as many of my Trekkie contemporaries, but I believe it is specifically because they reference something that the original Enterprise has to deal with. It is specifically a reference to an episode from the original series. Right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's an episode where an exact version, not exact, there's a very similar version of this, water molecule virus that makes people drunk, happens.
No, not just drunk, super drunk. So drunk, in fact, they exhibit all the symptoms of, a teenager at a fucking rave, somebody who just hasn't, with no test kit, just going ham, fucking rubbing on the walls, squeezing plushies and shit, chewing, I'm surprised nobody was clicking their fucking jaw. Nobody just
yeah, drunk.
Yeah, they're drunk.
Yeah.
They were drunk.
Yeah.
But as I said, they were super drunk. So the premise of the episode, this is the relatively infamous episode, though a surprisingly better episode. We talked a little bit about this. A surprisingly better episode than I remembered. Well, a lot more watchable than I remember. Let me say.
I was having fun. I thought it was silly. It was just like a ridiculous episode.
Well, I guess in a lot of the people who get really upset about it, it's like a tone thing, right? Where it's not the traditional Trek tone, right? It doesn't feel like you're watching The West Wing in space, which I feel like a lot of people expect from Star Trek. But they always have some episodes every season that are just like real goofy. And apparently just the second episode, I didn't realize it was this early in the
neither did I,
in the season. It's I love the concept of getting drunk off of getting a fucking rolling of
no,
having
they're fucking rolling, dude. There's no fucking way
of hippie flipping on some water molecules.
You could not fucking tell me that. Oh yeah, no, these if I had no context for the thing, and so me going in there, you could not. The show couldn't fucking tell me that they were just they're just drunk. No. Drunk people don't fucking do that.
It was super drunkenness where everyone gets really horny and wants to touch and rub each other.
One dude was literally sitting on the floor, fucking with a bunch of fucking empty pop-it canisters, stacking them on each other.
The isolating chips.
Whatever.
They weren't actually called this. That's funny. That's a little Trek nerd thing. So he was playing with what we will come to understand are isolinear chips, but they call them, what the fuck do they call them?
Control chips. Control chips.
Control chips.
They're control chips. It's okay, sure.
So the premise of the episode, as we've stated, they are answering some ship. A star is about to explode because you need that ticking clock in there, and they come to some ship, and everyone on the ship is so horny. So drunk, quote unquote,
and hot. So okay, hold on. Let's describe the fucking symptoms. Okay,
here's the symptoms of the disease that they encounter. Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Okay, all right. Symptoms of the disease. Okay, first, just uncontrollable perspiration, their body heat, too hot. Okay, then just wanting to touch everyone, just wanting to just everything, sex, give it to me, they were just going up and just stroking the side of people's faces you do for oh man.
Yeah, and the disease can only be spread by touching as well. You have to touch someone to do it. Yeah. There's a little musical sting every time it happens, ding.
and like fucking just going around making out with random members of the fucking crew, like just like whatever. Okay, anyways,
Like
and then
a
yeah,
Pokemon
and then
battle. You lock eyes with another person, and you just gotta start making out with them immediately.
and like I said before, like I guarantee you somebody was like up on like the upper observation deck, just like put with their face pushed against the fucking glass, like just like staring at the collapsing sun, being like, it's so pretty, it's so bright, oh my god, it's so bright.
Burning a permanent hole into their retina, like Isaac Newton.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something that, you know, that kind of escaped me, because getting like really hot and sweaty, that's not a common symptom of being drunk off of alcohol, right?
You get warm. You get warm because like, you know, like it
warms you up.
Yeah, like, but I mean not actually, but I mean like that's like the feeling that you get, right?
Yeah, it feels like you get warmed up. Yeah,
it dilates your blood vessels, and so you feel warmer. Yeah,
but you don't do all that shit. Like,
yeah, like
nobody
sweating
was acting drunk
and perspiring, and no one was like slurring their words. They were just all really hot, really sweaty, and really horny, or goofy, you know, both.
Or just really asking, are you fully functional?
Are you okay, couple things that I was just thinking about in this whole thing. One, so Jordy is the first one to fucking like start exhibiting symptoms, right? And like his whole thing was like going around trying to like trying to go around and steal people's eyeballs.
Just wanted to see.
I want to
see like you do.
I want to see like real people do. I want to see like how you see, and just like rub it on someone's face. That's some shit you say when you're rolling. That is some legit shit you say when you're rolling.
Yeah,
like,
he wasn't drunk. He was having an existential crisis. He was tripping. He was tripping out.
Yeah, no, that's that shit. That's that shit you say when you're just like that's that friend where like you're sitting in the backseat of the fucking car and they're just like hanging out, trying to roll down the window to hang out, to stare up at the street lights as you're driving.
You know, I'm just reminded of times when I definitely have never done drugs, but
neither have I.
Yeah, never. But you know, ending up on a couch. Naked with all your friends.
Yeah, you know, just towel wedged in your ass to make sure that if anybody comes in and sees your butt, like it's not completely indecent. Like,
yeah, exactly. No, I mean that's not what actually. I mean, no, it never happened in real life. But you know, but yeah, you know, you see all those people because they get to the ship and they see all these people just sitting in a room together where the temperature controls have been turned down way too low.
A little too low on the old environmental controls. Okay,
yeah.
So
personal. Hold on.
Okay.
And personal favorite part when that happens is Jordy walking into the room where all these people have been flash frozen, and going, "Ooh, it's cold." like it should be fucking like near kill you cold in there, and he just walks in and goes, "Ooh."
Brr.
Ooh.
So the episode starts, right? We'll go through the structure of this episode real quick, and we'll format our responses here. So they get I don't remember what they're doing. They're either going to assist or they're answering a stress call. This other ship is on the line. It sounds like they call like a fucking 900 number. All the people are really horny. This woman's on the line. You better have a lot of cute boys over there, Captain.
SS Tsiolkovsky, repeat your message.
Well, hello, Enterprise. Welcome. I hope you have a lot of pretty boys on board, because I'm willing and waiting.
And then they explode an airlock, I guess, for fun or something.
So they say we're gonna have a blowout because it's like a party to describe a party, and then they blow out the emergency hatch and blow themselves into space. It's just a nice little joke right there.
The Data immediately identifies that, like, oh, that was the sound of an emergency hatch blowing. Picard's like, are you sure? Yes, of course you're sure.
Yeah, of course you know that.
In fact, we're going to have a real blowout here.
Do it! Yeah, go ahead! Woo! Do it!
Captain, what we've just heard is impossible.
Report.
I believe that last sound was an emergency hatch being blown.
You certain? Yes, of course you are.
Like, why am I even asking? This is your fucking android. Like, of course, like, why am I arguing with the Why am I arguing with the fucking toaster? Come on, damn it.
One of the early examples I noticed of it, because I noticed in this episode, like the interpersonal dialogue has stepped up pretty significantly for the first episode. It's a lot better. You know, the everything's flowing, like it's fast and loose. The interaction, it's a little clever quips and backs and forth. It's nice. It's all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like they've been flying together for a few weeks now. You know.
I mean that makes sense considering like how many people were trying to fuck each other in this instance.
True.
So yeah, they go to the other ship. Everyone's dead. Every single person has found a way to get themselves so high that they end up killing themselves. So they come back, and there's no need for quarantine, even though it might be some sort of disease. There's no need to have any kind of precautions. This ship, they sorted it all out. They had full quarantine procedures. It's fine. So they come back, everyone's good to just go wherever they want. Geordi though, he's getting a little hot, getting a little sweaty. Crusher asks him to stay in sickbay, but he's just too high. So what does he do immediately? Goes to the quarters of a child to check out his science project.
He goes to the brightest room because he's fucking high as shit.
He goes to the child's quarters first.
And he has the best eyes on the fucking ship. So of course he's like, I'm gonna go, and I've like, oh my god, everything is so bright and pretty. Like, I'm gonna go. Like, is that a fucking tractor beam? Holy shit!
Yeah.
I can taste these colors.
So this is Chekhov's science project. Wesley Crusher has a tractor beam, and he's using it to like float around the shore. And Geordi is like, "Ha, that's fucking cool as hell." And Geordi like pats him on the back, and then Wesley, the child, starts to get high as well.
Yeah, the sting plays.
Yeah, and then yeah, the little. Then Geordi wanders off. He goes to the observation deck or the lounge or whatever the fuck it was. I think the set is like the meeting room or something. Whatever. Mm-hmm. The Crusher's like, oh my god, I sent him to my office and Geordi just left. He could be anywhere. He might be spreading a disease, which is impossible. Of course, you can't spread something like this. And Geordi is in the observation lounge. He's checking out, and Picard and Tasha Yar goes to intercept him. He wants to bring him back to sick bay, but oh my god, Geordi's waxing philosophical about the fact that he's blind, but he has the device to see so much better than you or I, but still he wants to see with imperfect human eyes, and at this time he's got his hands up, and he's touching Tasha Yar's face, and has his thumbs out ready to gouge her eyes out and take them for himself.
He's a man now.
I would go all over the ship. I have more eyes.
I got your eyes.
The more eyes I have, the more human I will see.
That's the Lovecraftian take on this episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah, the interpersonal dialogue is a lot better, and then Tasha starts fucking rolling, starts sweating, and oh man, she is horns up. She breaks into Troy's quarters to try on her clothes because Troy has cool
because
clothes.
They're soft. Because they're silky and smooth, and like and they're bright and colorful. Yeah,
And here's something here's something I wanted to say earlier. So, is it supposed to like in the writer's mind? Is it supposed to be like ecstasy? Like, you know, these are all like hippy dippy motherfuckers. Are they that are writing this show like from like the '60s? It is supposed to be ecstasy, right? They're just saying
Yeah.
that it's intoxication to get by the censors because they don't want to.
Yeah, they're saying it's alcohol because they don't want to encourage kids to get high. They just want to encourage kids to get drunk.
Yeah.
And that's a more acceptable thing in American society. Thank you.
You gotta love the codes that these people deal with. Tasha then says she's gonna go get some fancy clothes from the ship's stores. I think they mean that literally, like the ship has stores like currency and like capital that you're exchanging for goods. What there's some issues there. There's a similar thing with like the Crusher charging the fabric to her ship. A lot of inconsistencies in the way that Gene Roddenberry appears to be viewing the economy of the Federation.
Yeah. A lot of kind of drip from the real world getting in there. Mm-hmm. A little haunting. If you know what I mean.
Cultural contamination.
Although I do think that she probably meant specifically storage.
That's what I was wondering as well. That's what I was hoping as well. Who knows? I think it was stores.
Think so.
I think it was stores. But we'll ask Gene Roddenberry next time we see him.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And here's the introduction of the chief engineer McDougal. I didn't remember that she existed. She's the fucking chief engineer. What the fuck happened to her?
I don't know how long she lasts, but yeah, she's definitely in a couple episodes early on, and maybe longer. I just, she's not the one who stuck around forever. We all know she stuck around forever.
Yeah.
She
had lines too. So.
I love how she came in, and she just looks at the dude surrounded by the fucking empty Whippet canisters, and is just like, that's not what these are for. And he just starts giggling, and it's just like, yeah, this is fucking. Let's fucking go.
Let's party.
And Wesley invented a fucking Starbucks to just like stay high in.
Yeah. So yeah, Wesley then tricks using like a soundboard, like fucking like the heights of future technology, being able to record a person's voice and play it whenever they want over some sort of electronic device. The future is so amazing. So Wesley uses the soundboard to assume control of like the office and engineering, which then allows him to assume control of literally the entire ship. Whatever.
Should have gone to the battle bridge, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, forget about the battle bridge. We'll never see it again. Never. That would have been better. He like separates the saucer section and then just takes control of the
I have half the ship. You were saying, Zotz, you were saying.
Your move now, old man. It just turns into an episode of the fucking odd couple episode where like they just like draw like a chalk line down the middle of the ship, but it's just like they just jettison the other half into space. You captain that half and I'll captain this half and we'll see who gets the vaccine faster. Oh wait, no, it's a different episode. Fuck.
Oops. Yeah. Foreshadowing.
I like how, like Wesley like fucking tricks Picard, like, because he's like, it's imperative that I captain this ship, not you, child, right? And then Wesley's just like, okay, fine, let's say you're captaining the ship, what would you do? And then Picard's like, I would do this, and he's like, tight, okay, we're gonna do this now. And then just logs off. Like,
well, and he also doesn't as well. Like he doesn't figure it out either. Like, I don't know.
He just too high. He forgot.
Yeah, he was too horned. So, and of course, before all that, we have the famous scene. Data is sent to retrieve Tasha Yar and bring her to sickbay. Tasha's in her inner quarters. Data joins in, and there's Tasha. She's got a shirt that is exposing her midsection and under boob. She's applied 4 pounds of gel to her hair and styled like this one curl to go kind of down her face like a hook. It's interesting choice. It's like the kind of thing you'd see in an anime.
It's future heat, you know.
Oh, yeah. It's a sex Riddler. That's what it was.
Sex Riddler.
and so she oh man, she's horny. She locks right onto Data.
Yeah. Her bedroom door opens. She's nothing but fucking pupils and sex energy, and she like licks her fucking teeth, and she's just like, "Do you vibrate?" And then like just pulls Data into the bed. Yeah.
Yes, we get the famous line, and I think this is like a Luke, I am your father kind of situation, where I remember it as Data saying that he's fully functional, and I think maybe he does in a future episode perhaps, but no, it's Yar going, "Are you fully functional?" and Data's like, "Yes, I'm programmed in multiple forms of pleasuring." And Tasha's like, "Just what I was hoping."
And what I want now is gentleness and joy and love. From you, Data, you are fully functional, aren't you?
Of course, but
How fully?
in every way, of course. I am programmed in multiple techniques. A broad variety of pleasuring.
Oh, you jewel, that's exactly what I hoped.
Door closes, scene ends. The fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't go exactly like that, but close enough for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and she mentions her childhood. The line that I can never get over, like the thing that defines her planet into the episode where they actually go to it in a few seasons. The rape gangs. The multiple times the term rape gangs have been mentioned as something that Tasha had to deal with growing up, like that she had to dodge, and it weird, just a weird, like Gene Roddenberry, man. Let's have a talk after this, all right?
Yeah, Gene,
telling you,
us.
I keep telling you, he's 74 years old and dead.
Gene Roddenberry, stay after this. We'll have ourselves a little talk. Troy tries to fuck Riker. That's the thing too. Like some of the background like characters are horny, but and this stuff. And I heard this observation somewhere else. But all the men are just trying to just brave it out. They're trying to hold their own, and all the ladies, they want to get down. They're horny. Riker has to literally carry Troy because she just wants him too bad. He has to carry her to sick bay.
And I mean, I get it, because like at least they have been a couple before, right? They're like, oh yeah, you know, she's like Imzadi, you know, and he's like, yeah, I get it, like, but this is not the time. Duty.
No. I like how like she goes up to him and she's just like, Bill, and then like he's just like, oh no, and then like he like sweeps her off her feet.
No one calls me Bill unless they want to fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And then like so like he like sweeps her off her feet, right? And then like they go, and then like as he's carrying off, she's like, what are you doing? Don't you want me inside your mind? Don't you want to feel me deep inside of your mind?
Don't you want to brain fuck? Yeah. And then of course a little bit later on you have Beverly Crusher trying to
immediately
get with the
afterwards.
captain.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's great because Picard makes a beautiful noise.
Please, you have to make sure that sound gets in this fucking
please.
I thought one of you did it. Like at first, I didn't register it. I had to go back and listen to it. Like I thought it was ADR for a second. It was so out of place. Like Picard doesn't look like. I guess it was in like the script or something. It just comes out of nowhere. He like chitters. He does like a chittering.
Of course, we haven't time for that sort of thing.
What sort of thing?
Oh God, would I love to show you.
Doctor, there must be a cure, some formula. Similar to the old one.
Damn it, Captain. My dear Captain.
Yeah. Crusher starts getting horned up because Riker touched her, and now she can't do science anymore. She has to go to the bridge and fuck Picard. They go into his ready room and they get all close. I'm a woman. I haven't had the company of a man, a husband, in so long. I gotta fuck. And Picard's like,
it's I mean, we're all gonna try and do it. So here's my go.
Okay. I think I because like Picard's supposed to be French, right?
yes.
Yeah, for like all intents and purposes, right? Like that's Jean-Luc Picard. I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah, he's
I wonder
French.
if I wonder if like in like the script, like it was just like French noises. And it just came out that way. Like it was just like it just said like sexy French noises, and he was just like.
Yeah, it was really like it was like, hold on, I gotta try to do it.
I'm really excited for you to put it into the episode to go along with all of us.
Oh no, I absolutely will. I will isolate that audio immediately.
Yeah, fuck.
Why that
So
sound?
weird. I looked to see that we went back and watched it like 5 times. I looked at his mouth to see if he actually did it because it was so out of place. I thought they like ADR'd it in.
Nope. No, that is full Jean-Luc Picard energy in scene.
All what was it? What's the fuck's his name? All fucking goddamn it! What's his name? The actor's name that plays him.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, that's 100% Patrick Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That wasn't the script direction. It was like a thing that he did just because Patrick Stewart himself was horny. Like, oh.
How many times do you think that they had to like? Hold on. Oh, like, can we like how close she was? How close she was when he did that? Like how close they were, like together.
Their
like,
mouth was a couple inches apart.
Yeah. And he just does that noise into her mouth. Like,
yeah, she felt the wind from that one for sure.
Yeah. And she just, give her a fucking Emmy. Like she deserves like holding a straight face for that entire fucking scene after that, because they continue. Continue to fucking.
I'm gonna see if I can find because there are outtakes for the various seasons. I'm gonna see if I can find an outtake for this episode, because I cannot imagine. I mean, they're new on set. I wonder which order they actually recorded these episodes in. Like
first take, perfect. They didn't have to shoot that again.
Picard goes. Gene Roddenberry's just behind the camera. Perfect cut. Print. He's like Ed Wood. What do you mean? That was perfect. Let's keep going.
So good.
Okay. So they go back to the bridge. They've been edging in the captain's room for a little while, as you do. They go back to the bridge. Data comes back, and Data's rolling too somehow. It's not really explained other than Data's like, we're a lot more alike than you'd think, Picard.
Wesley Crusher, come in. Ah, good. Data. At least you're functioning.
Fully, Captain.
Data. Intoxication is a human condition. Your brain is different. It's not the same as...
We are more alike than unlike, my dear Captain. I have pores. Humans have pores. I have fingerprints. Humans have fingerprints. My chemical nutrients are like your blood. If you prick me, do I not leak?
I got pores and hands.
And that's, of course, the
and
double
my-
entendre because he just got busy fucking Tasha.
True. He is fully functional after all.
He's a fully autonomous Sibian machine.
Do you think he makes that noise? Oh god.
Anytime Data fucks, the fucking lights start flickering like the fucking ship.
He's drawing too much power, Captain.
We have strange energy readings all across the ship. We're gonna have to divert power from engines here if we want to keep going.
Data, I'm gonna need you to plug yourself into the warp core to get through this session. We're going hard. Data's trying to do the Picard noise. So the star. Then while everyone's high, everyone's edging, everyone's horny, everyone's fucking on the ship. The star explodes. The star, I don't know, like a stellar fragment has been launched out from the star, like collapsing into a white dwarf. What the
fuck is a stellar fragment? Anyway, but
I have no idea.
A fragment of a stellar object, obviously. So so you know, like a stellar mass ejection. That's one thing about Star Trek that's very interesting. The science is like there's technobabble, but all the things that they're saying most of the time mean something. Like tachyons, for example. Whenever they're dealing with time, like tachyons are particles, that hypothetical particles that travel faster than light, and so they because they travel faster than light, they do go backwards in time. There's a lot of like science about this. Like and I believe this was an accurate portrayal of like a collapsing star from like a supergiant to a white dwarf or something. You know, I have to look at my astronomy charts again, but that's an interesting factor because everything on the ship, well, even though it's science fiction, it's like clearly someone that is a big fucking nerd and you know, a big fucking I fucking love science follower wrote the science on this show. Interesting observation. Yeah. It's like a Beavis and Butthead laugh.
God damn it.
So that's the ticking time bomb. There's a fragment of the collapsed star headed fucking straight for them. It's gonna blow them all up. And so, but Wesley Crusher has assumed control of the ship, and the guy has taken out all the control ships. So what do? I don't know. Dr. Crusher is trying to do science. She's trying to figure out this damn disease, but she's just too horny. She can barely concentrate. She has to put her hair up.
True.
So,
Data, assemble.
Port to sickbay immediately.
It turns into a commentary of how doctors used to fucking, like, you know, how they used to deal with, you know, quote unquote female hysteria, where they just started like just giving like medical orgasms. Like that's just how they do it. Like Data they just line up.
There you go.
Data, I've got something very wrong with me.
Oh. that's the sex command. That's what Picard said. There's some like hard never mind. You know what? Keep going. Let's go.
There's some lore there. Yeah, it's just the command whenever you need Data to do something.
He just starts motorboating.
That's how you initiate his sex protocols. That's the. They're like, what can we do to make sure that nobody abuses this fucking sex bot? You know, and they're just like, oh, we'll just have, you know, we'll instantly make anybody who has to use this sound to just completely fucking, you know, we'll just ruin it for them. Right, so this will be the command, and then it's nope, it's just too good.
Everyone's too horny. Data, as we've said, Wesley Crusher has taken over the ship. What do? They have to wrestle the ship back from Wesley Crusher, and then they figure out what they have to do. But the guy, he's taken out all the whippet canisters from the ship that they desperately need to function. Oh no, they can't put it back in time. Oh, Wesley's like, what? Data can put it back in time. What a fucking genius. Thank you, Wesley. No one else figured this out.
Thank you, Wesley. Clapping.
Everyone's looking at Wesley like he's crazy. Like, how did you think of having the high spec android do the thing for us? That's wild. So they call Data down, but Data still, he's doing it so fast, but oh man, they're fast forwarding that footage like crazy, but my god, they cannot do it in time. They need another minute. Then Wesley, the genius, the Wunder kid, the big
new
dick
type
god, yeah, he's from that one from that fucking anime. Yeah, thank you. Oh my god, he's got to save the day. He invented that tractor beam from earlier, Chekhov's tractor beam, and what if wait a second, what if we could reverse the tractor beam, so instead of a bring closer beam, it's a move far away beam? Oh fuck, Wesley, you're a genius. He suggests this to the chief engineer. The chief engineer goes, we'd just need weeks. We would need to plan out the circuits. And Wesley's like, why don't
just see it in your head.
I hate this line. So yeah, he literally goes, why don't you just see it in your why don't you see it in your head? Fucking
fucking rip that kid's head off.
I hate I did not like the character of Wesley Crusher. Oh god, it's just, he's so bad. He's worse than you think he is too.
As the resident weeb here, you watch anime as well, fucking Eric. So
yes.
here's that's how all isekai are. Like, that's every isekai protagonist. Like, how does that not bother you? But then, like, Wesley.
What did I say that didn't bother me? What do you think? I like Sword Art Online? Wesley.
Yeah,
that's my fan fiction. Wesley Crusher joins Sword Art Online, and he figures out a way to hack the system.
Yeah, so he the double sword wielders. Yeah, that is it. Sorry. No, anime. Fuck. Weebs, shut up. Got it. Let's go. Continue.
Weebs, get out. No, but yeah, no. The Wunder kid thing always bothers me. I hate it, and that is a thing in anime as well, where all the protagonists are fucking like 12 years old. They're doing adult things. Yeah. So Wesley is extremely annoying. Why not just see it in your head? But he saves the day. He figures it out. He programs the tractor beam, and he makes it a ship repelling beam. He pushes the other ship that's empty
repulsor beam.
Repulsor beam. He pushes into the stellar fragment. The ship explodes. They've moved far enough away where Data can finish doing his thing. They go to warp speed immediately, and they dodge the stellar fragment. Well done, Wesley. Thank you for saving the day. All the adults were too horny to do anything about it. And then the episode ends with what I'm guessing. So this is the trend, and I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but there's like a line at the end of the episode that tells and everything. There was a famous one. We ended the first episode with the let's see what's out there. A kind of like visionary one. A kind of like, oh yes, the mystery of the beyond in space. And this one is, I think we shall end up with a fine crew if we resist temptation. What kind of line is that?
Yeah, no, like, what are you?
He never won. Oh my god! Also, the awkward ass fucking wave. The like awkward fucking like the awkward like middle schooler like oh my god, my crush just also says that I'm cute and I'm gonna bye, like the little fucking awkward wave that he gives the fucking doctor as she leaves the fucking
yes. and they have the right at the end as well. They have the they have their moment between Tasha Yar and Data, and she and the only thing they say is, and I don't know if I didn't write this down, but the only thing she says, I'm gonna say this once, it never happened.
I wanted Data just to like look her back in the eyes and be like, I remember everything.
I possess an exact picture and audio or recollection of the events. I'm pretty certain it did actually happen.
That cannot be possible. I have a memory record for that period of time. I can recall a series of images.
Yeah, that might have been a deleted line, because that is a very Data line. That definitely
incredibly
is
Data.
Yeah,
but I remember everything.
But he doesn't say that as a
about?
line. He just says it didn't happen, and Data's like,
And then also they say Wesley helped in the report, because never mind that Wesley caused this problem.
Yeah,
he was under the influence of fucking the vaporized MDMA through the fucking.
I mean, sure, but like also just like, oh, we gotta give this young child props for saving the day, and it's like, god damn it. I feel like maybe that's just my internal like bias against
everyone else. You had fucking awkward Picard, who's never had his pee-pee touched in his fucking 65 years in space. You have fucking you have the widowed doctor just like moist, like trying to fucking like get the commander to fucking engage.
Captain. Thank you very much.
Whatever. The captain to engage his vessel. And then you have the empath who's like. It was like, trying to mind fuck the number one, right? The second in command.
Bill Riker.
Thank you. Bill trying to mind fuck Bill. Like honestly, the only person there who could do anything was Wesley.
Yeah. All the adults were too horny. We had to get the Wunder kid in here to fix things. He's such a genius. He can see all the circuits in his mind. He looks, when you look at a screen, all you see is the display. When he looks at a screen, all he sees is code just running down. He's
fucking Neo.
Yeah, he's attuned to every data point.
That's Sigma Wesley. There you go.
Damn it, Captain. My dear Captain. You owe me something. You do realize that, don't you? I'm a woman. I haven't had the comfort of a husband, a man.
Not now, Doctor. Please.
Bridge to Riker. Urgent.
Riker here.
Sir, regret to inform you that the captain appears to be infected.
All right, I gotta piss super bad. I'll be right back. We'll jump quickly into Code of Honor.
Oh god.
I'm gonna turn my air conditioner on too. It's starting to get sweaty up in here. Oh god, I've got it too.
My god.
Warning. Warp core collapse in 10 seconds.
While I was away, I was informed by reliable sources that Tasha Yar. It wasn't Tasha Yar. It was Nana Visitor, who plays Kira, the terrorist, is doing like a women in Star Trek documentary where she interviews people for that. So look forward to that. Apparently she interviews women in Star Trek about like their experiences, like playing the characters, etc. Look forward to that. One of the people she was interviewing, I guess though, is Stacey Abrams.
Wait.
Yes, I guess Stacey Abrams is a fan of the show.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe she was in an episode or something like that, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, and I just don't know about it. Maybe,
Wait, who's Stacey Abrams?
Stacey Abrams is the what was her actual position? I can't forget.
She's in politics.
Yeah, she's some like arch lib, like hard anti-Bernie person, like who's prevalent in. I get her mixed up with whoever the fuck the other one was.
Okay, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
And as always, I keep telling you, Next Generation is just fucking West Wing in space.
Oh, absolutely. Some people see it like that. Undisputed, and perhaps even a lot of the writers, because the West Wing wouldn't be out for a while, but perhaps even a lot of the writers had that same kind of mentality. But I think there's something a lot more aspirational about Star Trek than there is the West Wing, because the West Wing is like the opium, is like the lib opium. Like, look at the smart people in a room figuring things out. This is the way things should work.
Yeah.
This is the way things do work.
Yeah, but much like the episode that we're going to talk about right now, when like push comes to shove and the libs need to fucking commit war crimes to get what they want, they're all about it.
Well, but they don't though. That's the thing. They
but they want to.
They have the Constitution to contend with.
But they want to. They want to really bad. Several of them even want to.
But what about the Constitution? So Stacey Abrams, come on Left Track, you're invited.
Yeah, so I can tell you how you fucking sent this nation down a downward spiral and how you only added to the fucking misery of our future generations. Thanks.
Let's talk about how the ways in which that you are directly responsible for us being absolutely unable to ever receive the Star Trek future. Let's talk about your role in destroying humanity.
It also reminds me, there was a think piece that came out about Nana Visitor's character, Major Kira, who is a terrorist and a good guy in the show. Which love that.
Woke. D Space Nine, the best one, obviously everyone agrees. Deep Space Nine is woke as fuck. It's awesome. there's the good guy terrorists fighting against the fascists. There's communism and labor unions. It's sick. Can't wait till we get to Deep Space Nine in a few years.
Looking forward to it. But the whole think piece here was about how was focusing on Major Kira's anger and how it was like a good thing, and I was just like, do people think it's a bad thing? I got so confused seeing that. I was like, I always thought she was very obviously in the right all of the time.
Yeah, is that like that?
Do I know who you're talking about?
No, sorry, we're talking right over your head right now. I'm sorry, but
that's like a make up a guy to get mad at. It's like make up someone who is sexist who doesn't like D Space Nine because Kira is an angry woman.
Yeah,
bananas. Even among like the reactionary Star Trek fans, a take I have not once heard. People fucking love Kira. She's absolutely a fan favorite character. Nana Visitor, great actor, by the way, absolutely phenomenal. Brings Kira to life in an extraordinary way. She's how cool. Yeah, I'll check out the Women in Star Trek documentary. I will, and I'll even watch the Stacey Abrams thing, and then we can interview her about her role.
Oh my god,
Stacey Abrams, come on Left Track. Code of honor. Lots to unpack here, but we'll go through the big points. So, a group of closely humanoid aliens.
Cargo 1. This should be an interesting experience.
Agreed. Not only are they closely humanoid, but their history has remarkable similarities to ours.
A highly structured society, and they're exceedingly proud.
We're gonna meet these aliens. Their society is structured and cultured, and they have this all this stuff, and we need this vaccine from them. This episode's really about vaccine skepticism, actually. We'll talk about that. these aliens beam up to the ship. Hey, what's that? So why don't you describe the way that the aliens are characterized?
Okay, so like they set up this thing where they set up the episode by saying like, oh, we're gonna go to these like we're gonna go to this semi-human planet and go pick up a bag, and then it ends up being a bunch of like it's basically like space Wakanda, and of course these fucking colonizers need to fucking go there because like all of the colonizers are dying, so they need to go fucking exploit the brown people but they can't have them be too fucking civilized. And then they get there, and then the characters are instantly basically like brought on board. They're seen as being like a little like misogynistic and too violent, and then they steal the white woman, and of course that has to be like accentuated for the main plot of the whole fucking episode. And yeah, it's not a good look, Sweaty. It's I did not like.
Yeah, the aliens are they're black people. The aliens are just black people.
they were not civil. They were civilized. They were not as technologically advanced. That was the difference.
Because they say it. They talk about like the differences in the level and sophistication of their civilization.
Yeah. White people don't even fucking did you see how little fucking Picard gave a shit to fucking the Chinese Empire? Like like he was just like oh here's a relic from like the Han Dynasty of 16th century, and they just like 14th century, and then Picard's like
ancient Chinese relic.
Yeah, and then Picard's like, whatever, and then just like, here's your fucking horse. You like crap. Here's some beads, you savage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the only criticism,
medical knowledge for sure. Thank you.
The only criticism they had against the obviously bigoted Federation in this one was basically saying the people on the planet were like, we're very civilized and you're not at the end. And that was basically the only criticism, was basically being like, hey, look, this is how our civilization looks, how your civilization looks to us too.
Yeah, and I have the line written down. It's you may excel in technology but not in civilized behavior. That's what the people say to the Federation crew at the end. And that of course, that's a comedy line, because of course the thing that they're referring to is this fucking weird ass system they have. Okay. Quick rundown. So the main guy wants to steal Tasha Yar because the main guy wants Tasha Yar to kill his wife.
Yeah.
The main guy wants putting it in certain terms like that really kind of changes the perspective. But yes, he wants Tasha Yar. He sees Tasha Yar as a true badass because she loves flipping people. She flips a bunch of people in this episode, and he's like, perfect, let's have her kill my wife. So he kidnaps her in order to marry her, in order to then eventually give her back. But he says, I'm gonna take this woman to be my wife, and then his wife is like, oh no, I'm challenge you, Tasha Yar, to a battle to the death. And this is all part of the guy's plan, you see, because he is poor. he's actually poor. He's a fake rich person. His wife's the one with all the money. The women own the land, and then the men rule it, which is something they literally say. They rule and protect it, but the women, they're the landowners.
Once again, I would just like to say that the bigotry within the Federation to sit there and say like, oh, just because like these people don't have a warp drive, that means that they're uncivilized. When like they fucking operate like Data. Okay, so they. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so they fucking, so like they're like, dude, can we beam them up? And they were like, no, they want to beam themselves up using their own technology, right? And they're like, well, do you know how it works? And they're like, well, no, not really. And then Data starts explaining it as if like he's like fascinated by it, and nobody fucking cares.
Do we know the source of their transporter beam?
Our own transporter people have tried to trace it, sir, but to no effect. It reads similar to early Starfleet efforts, but uses the Heglanian shift to convert energy and matter in different... Which is actually not important at this time.
because they need to make sure that they don't see these people as having like as being civilized.
Well, and that's the thing. The only reason, and I'm convinced of this, the only reason they established that they have a transporter technology, because you never see any of their technology at any other point other than the fact that they have like the medical capability of producing this vaccine, and the Federation doesn't for some reason, and they can't replicate it. The only I'm convinced that the only reason they established that they have a transporter of their own is so that they can figure out a way like, oh, well, how would these people be able to kidnap Tasha Yar? Oh, they've got their own kind of transporter. It's special.
Yeah, I like, and then like Data is even like, they're like, and then Data is like relaying back like indigenous history and like relating it like, oh, they're probably doing it. They probably have similar ways of doing this to this thing, and it's like,
American Indians specifically.
Exactly. The fucking first, the First Nations, when the colonizers came over here, I mean, sure, the Federation isn't massacring everybody and making slaves of the children and tying their fucking hands to their neck, but you know they are still going in there.
Wants to so bad.
Oh God, they want to so fucking bad.
Hold me back from genociding this population. Hold me back.
Tell me I won't fucking like just proton torpedo your entire fucking your backwards fucking hovels. You fucking
when they steal Tasha Yar, they photon torpedo in the atmosphere like just totally unprompted, because he doesn't really understand their culture, but he knows we're gonna detonate a bunch of torpedoes in their atmosphere so they know we can fucking kill every last one of them if we wanted to.
Just that you reply immediately.
Photon torpedoes ready, sir.
Set them for a display blast 1,000 meters short of the planet's surface.
Set.
Fire.
But like once again, like Data's like telling him about this shit, and then everybody stares at him like to basically like, Data, shut the fuck up. No one cares. Like you like don't even make it sound like they can defend themselves. Like just don't, you know. And then like they get in there and they're constantly, it's supposed to be like this whole like idea of like being like, you know, like, oh, like the and it's a whole thing trying to fucking like say something, I guess, about like different like cultures clashing, right? Like that's like obviously like that's their whole message that they're trying to get off, right? Is that this is a huge culture clash, and like how are they supposed to interact with another? But meanwhile, all of the fucking Federation, these fucking settlers are just like chomping at the fucking bit to nuke this planet, because they are so done with like recognizing like the self-determination of these like people. They're just like
the self-determination of these people and these international treaties that we have, and the importance of the vaccine. Oh, this all sucks. We have to be bound by these rules.
Like so many times, like even the fucking empath, like the one, like the chick who is like standing there, the chick who was like standing there and like with like crying joyfully over the fucking space jellyfish, was just like, you know, we could just nuke them.
Well, yeah,
the
line literally just ominously is from Troy. How simple this could be without the Prime Directive.
Yeah.
Yep.
How easy we could handle this without the Geneva Convention.
How easily we could deal with this by just taking it. Just stealing it from them.
And of course we're joking a little bit because the Prime Directive keeps them from like interfering and like and demands that like you respect like the laws of other cultures, even if that means that they kidnap people and then fight them to the death, or later on if Wesley Crusher is going to get executed, you know.
Oh God, that's right.
Upcoming episode, look forward to it. And so their thing is like, oh, we could just beam her back. Maybe, I don't know. We could come down here with a team and phaser all these people with their fucking sharp sticks.
Remember, right? Like they were sitting there saying, they're like, oh, like we have this technology or whatever, and like, you know, we're so technologically superior than these fucking people, right? Than these proto-humans, you know,
Yeah,
like
almost humanoid.
But like,
closely humanoid.
But like, meanwhile, the whole time they're there, we can't seem to fucking penetrate them. We can't, as deep as we fucking probe them, like we still can't we can't see shit here. We're like, whoa, like this is fucking wild. Like, why can't we fucking see shit? It's the same. It's literally all the fucking like colonizer, or the fucking colonial fucking explanations, or just like the colonial fucking shortcomings just trying to like be glossed over.
Yeah, and to these people,
Columbus
of course,
wasn't lost.
Yeah, and to these people, it's like oh yes, their culture. It's so they value honor so much. Whenever there's a white person trying to portray like a fucking whenever there's a Gene Roddenberry type trying to portray a primitive culture, what's the one thing that culture demands? Honor. They fucking love honor. You go to any primitive alien civilization, honor. They love honor. We've got to make sure that we're honorable and we're the most badass motherfuckers, and we can kill them all in a fucking second if we wanted to.
They might have their honor, but we have like orbit to land nuclear capabilities.
Yeah, we could glass their fucking planet in 3 minutes if we wanted to. And we gotta make that abundantly clear. So yeah, they love honor.
Meanwhile, they're literally just like an expedition ship. Once again, just running an errand. Like what should just be like a simple fucking task for like for like their fleet or whatever. Like that's, just like, hey,
go get the vaccine, pick it up, go to the place. Oh yeah, and that's the thing. They're there for a vaccine. All of the people are dying. There are literally millions of people dying while this shit's going on because they need that fucking vaccine. Tasha Yar says, great line, I will fight for this vaccine.
I fight for the vaccine.
Yeah, I'll put it right there. Yeah, I will fight for this vaccine. Yeah, so and then of course this is all trick. He wants Yara to kill his wife. They need to go along with this instead of like nuking them all because of the Prime Directive, and they gotta have that vaccine. I don't know why they even mentioned the fucking Prime Directive thing, because they said they can't replicate the fucking vaccine on their own, so they don't need it they don't need to respect these people because of the Prime Directive, but even though they do, so why even fucking mention it? But they need to respect these people because they need their fucking medical capabilities, because they don't have the medical capabilities to cure this plague. Like, what is the Prime Directive just to do? Is it just what is it for? Are they just trying to establish it like for the new audience, which I hope it is, or is it Gene Roddenberry just going, oh man, the good thing the space empire respects the natives so much, otherwise they genocide the shit out of them and take whatever the fuck they want.
I feel like it was basically a way of like preempting people being like, well, why don't they just go fucking do that?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's probably just like a way of saying, well, this is what people are going to think, that like they're gonna be like, oh, these Federation people are so fucking soy, and it's like these fucking soy cucked Federation people, and it's like, well, no, it's because they have a strict set of laws that they follow, and it's like, oh, okay, sure, dog.
These fucking soy. I'd love to see a Klingon like just calling Picard a soy boy. That would rock. We'll have Michael Dorn on. We'll ask him to do that.
Yeah. Hey, Michael. Love your work.
Love your work.
Mostly
Michael.
in Deep Space Nine. Thank you.
Yeah.
And please come on the show.
Yeah, please come on the show, Michael Dorn. We love you. So the women must fight to the death for the honor to be this person's first wife, of course, because they're primitives. They have polygamy, and the weapons, they're light, as if made to be used by women.
The weapons in that room, Captain, are surprisingly flexible, durable, and deadly.
And light. as if they were made for women to use.
Some of them still have traces of blood and poison.
Poison?
Alkaloid base. Lethal.
Yeah,
they did say that.
I'm glad they programmed you with the misogyny function.
So Data and Geordi, they go down to inspect the weapons to give like Yar fighting advice, and Data, and the line specifically is, the weapons are light as if they are made for women to use. Like, okay, cool.
Okay,
yeah.
Thanks,
I
Gene
love,
Roddenberry.
and then I love how like they're looking at like fucking like swords and like axes and like Shaolin spades, like all these things, and then they're just given like these fucking like, I don't know, these fucking like club sleeves with poison spikes on them.
Yeah, like
nothing.
gauntlets with needles glued to it.
Yeah, like nothing.
And the needles have
nothing,
a poison. They're all poisoned. Instant
nothing. Nothing. No, not a single weapon that fucking Geordi was like observing. That Data or Geordi were like meant to observe. Not a single one like was in that box.
It was not on the wall. It was not on the wall.
Yeah.
The box was just different sizes of the same weapon. Yeah, choose your size. So and of course Tasha Yar, she's set up to be the most baddest ass person in the entire world. She wins. Not nearly as easy as you'd think, but yeah, does she win? She pokes her in the back with her little gauntlet. The gauntlets have actual spikes on them, so I think both the actors are trying really hard not to hurt one another. And yeah, she wins. The lady collapses from the instantly deadly poison, and Tasha, they beam them back to the ship immediately. What's gonna happen? Oh my God, she's gonna die. The man is happy because now I've inherited all of her fucking land. I tricked this woman into killing my wife. Now I have all of my wife's land and property. It's mine. I'm finally a landlord. And then they go up to the Enterprise. They're doing all this stuff, and oh my God, the woman, she's alive, but she did die technically, so the battle to the death, it was satisfied. Tasha did win, and wouldn't you know it, their mating bond, they say this, by the way, their mating bond ends the moment that she dies. So she's off the hook. She has no husband now. Now this guy has been entirely dispossessed of his power, and they set up a little bit that his guard is like horny for her, and she notices that. So then she offers the guy all of her land, and then out of pity, she takes her old husband back as her second husband. Yeah, and so now he's the number 3 in the family. Now he's the third wheel. So his plan to kill his wife backfired. Darn it.
But in his own words, at least he has his honor.
Yeah. At least I have my honor.
And at least the Federation got to kill a black person, right? That's really in the grand scheme of things. The empath got what she wanted. Like they were able to fucking they're able to fucking ice one person. You know, that's really what they came there to do.
Yeah, that's in the Prime Directive. You have to kill at least one person every planet you go to.
And only technically.
Only a technical murder that Tasha Yar did. She is fine. She came back to life from the deadly poison and the superior medical technology of the Federation. Everyone, and I love his reaction when he sees her, because he's like pissed. He's like, "Well, she's supposed to be dead. You were supposed to kill her." He's so mad about it. He's shocked and mad. You were supposed to be dead. Like, not a good look, buddy. Really got it. There was no death. The battle is not fulfilled. All his plans are crumbling around him, and he wants his wife dead so bad, but she's
all
still
he cares
alive.
about.
It's literally the only thing he cares about. He comes into that ready room and he is fucking enraged to see his wife still alive. Which like oh my god, she takes it back after that too. That's the worst thing. Like, she just tried to kill you. What the fuck are you doing? But it's their primitive ways. Yeah.
Well, also he is well known to be incredibly sexy.
He's hot.
That's something.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him. He's so hot.
Yes, and they make certain to specify how attracted Tasha Yar is to him. For fucking sake, I do not know why, but like they have Troy read Tasha Yar's mind to make sure that she's attractive. She's attracted to just how primal and simple this man is.
God.
Did you have any idea, Lieutenant, that Lutan was suddenly going to announce that he wanted you for his first one?
No, sir.
Tell me what you know about this.
Nothing, sir.
But it was a thrill. Lutan is such a basic male image. And having him say he wants you.
Yes, of course it made me feel good when he... Troy, I'm your friend and you tricked me.
Only so you'd think about it. Completely and clearly.
We're all being manipulated, Lieutenant. Myself most of all.
How simple all this would be without the Prime Directive.
That thought had passed through my mind, Counselor.
I fucking hate every bit of dialogue in this whole fucking episode, by the way. This whole, like, I know it sounds like we're all being, like, superlative, but, like, they literally fucking frame every moment that they're on this planet that, like, they should be fucking destroying everything around them and just taking the thing by force, but they can't because of the code of honor. As much as these quote-unquote primitives need to fucking abide by their code of honor, so do we, if we are truly to prove ourselves more civilized as they.
Yeah, they're a foil in that way. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So that was the racism episode, folks. Everyone, hooray! Everyone remembers the racism episode.
They literally couldn't have handled it more poorly.
I don't know if either of you remember this, but I set it up specifically as the racism episode, not an episode about racism, an episode that itself is racist.
It's like it's racist, it's colonial, like it's not a good episode.
It's also like the narrative doesn't suit the trope exactly, but it really feels like Gene Roddenberry or his cadre of writers were like, this is our white savior. We're doing a white savior. Not intentionally. They wanted to portray this culture as
once again they had Q fucking show up as fucking Columbus on this fucking station.
They have an interest in critiquing colonialism and like the colonialist worldview that the show what was it? I mean, you're talking about the late 80s. They're responding to the culture of the time. They're all old people, old progressive libs that like wrote for television in the fucking 60s that are responding to the modern day colonialist worldview of their time, and they have an interest in critiquing it in certain ways, and of course Gene Roddenberry isn't some kind of like Klansman, he's not some kind of inveterate racist, but there's a lot of misogyny, a lot of direct misogyny. The misogyny is especially in the original series is horrible. The last episode of the original series codifies why women aren't allowed to be captains. They're not allowed to captain a ship in Starfleet. You can be in Starfleet, but you have to be like a secretary. You can't be you have to be the comms officer. That's the highest one.
Comms officer.
Yeah.
Oh, you take calls for the captain?
It's not a great look, Mr. Gene Roddenberry. As we said, please stay after this. We'll have a word with you.
Yeah, we'll see after class.
Yeah. So those were two of the as we said, the first one Why can't I? The Naked Now, not bad, really.
Very fun, very enjoyable. I honestly, a great episode. Something that I didn't know people disliked it. So it's something that I think I've thought about positively for a long time.
Yeah, I think it's not really. I think my perception of it was a lot like what other people's perception of it, because they remember it as being season 1, early Star Trek, goofy premise equals like, you know, bad episode. But no, pretty good. I wouldn't say that it was good. You know, I personally, maybe you two both would, especially compared to the other like good episodes of Star Trek. You know, we're weighing it against
from the 3 episodes that I've seen, this one's fine.
Yeah,
This one's or not the, or excuse me, not the one that we're talking about now. Like the one where everyone's fucking just tripping on ecstasy. Like that episode, fun. Give me a bunch of people high in space. In fact, can we get that? Can we just get like, you know, just like, you know, just high in space? Like, is that a thing? Is that somewhere? Anywhere?
You mean like in another episode?
Like, I just mean like as a show.
Oh yeah.
Just on a show. Like I just want to watch a bunch of people like roll around on like a planet may have like I'm sure like the space trope of like, oh, this planet is actually alive. It's actually a living creature, right? But they purposely land on it just so that they can roll in the soft fur. That's the type of shit that I want. Give me that episode.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. New idea for a series. We'll pitch that to Paramount Plus. ASAP. Yeah, so fun episode. All in all, fun episode. I think I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. But yeah, good. And then of course, the other one,
the problem episode.
The problem. Oh god. So yeah, let's so I'm the Naked Now, much better than Farpoint. A stark upgrade in quality. I wonder, because I know the filming order was not in order of the actual like episodes in the season. I know that some were filmed much later, some are filmed much earlier. I wonder if the Naked Now was one that was written and filmed later on, because a lot of the characters, they feel a little bit more snappy. The characters are more defined. Their relationships feel a lot more real. There's a lot of cringe shit there, obviously, but there's also a lot of there's also a sincerity and familiarity, and we start to see in this episode some of the gems of the character writing for what eventually goes on to make the Next Generation such impelling television. And then we have Code of Honor and
and we just don't need to talk about it.
Anymore.
We talked about it plenty.
I just remembered something. Code of Honor was an episode. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check this afterwards. But Code of Honor was an episode written for the original series. Would you believe it?
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Would you believe it?
That would make so much sense.
Yeah, I can't believe I just remembered it now, because it really feels like an original series.
So you're telling me that it was way too racist? They looked at the originally back in the 70s. They were like, this is a little too on the nose, don't you think?
Yeah, well, they had a lot. They had a lot of scripts they went unused because Star Trek got canceled, right? It got canceled after the 3rd season. Halfway through the 3rd season or something. Something happened. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
But yeah. This was an episode written. I'm sure of it. This was an episode written for the original series, which explains a lot. It's a very original series episode, and by that we mean the tone, the flavor, the dialogue, the racism. Yeah. So let's. So you mentioned this a little bit. How are you enjoying Star Trek so far, Azad? How's it been for you?
I thought I was having fun, and then they decided to just be like, Oh wait, hold on. We haven't like we have like
we forgot the racism.
We forgot the racism.
Shit.
Yeah, that's right. We forgot the. We've been treating Worf like too much like an equal, so we gotta make someone look bad in this.
Yeah, and then and that's another thing too. Like they go on to then because like the Klingons, we'll see more Klingons soon, but the Klingons are mostly, there's Michael Dorn, and then there's a bunch of white actors in brown face to do the Klingons. We'll see more of it.
Has anyone ever asked that actor like how he felt about that?
I would be so curious to ask him about that. Because it's so often it's all I can think of when I'm looking at. I'm just looking at Michael Dorn, like just surrounded by all these just white actors with skin painted to match his. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's aliens, so it's all right?
Yeah, just like an anime, it's okay that little girl is actually 300 years old. It doesn't matter that she's only it doesn't matter that she looks like she's 13. She's 300 years old.
We can have people in the 13. That's a little generous for anime.
Shit.
Yeah. Brown is a little fucking generous for the or brown face is a little generous for what the fuck was going on set there.
That's true. Just every Klingon episode just has Michael Dorn and the 40 actors they put in blackface with shit on their foreheads and curly hair.
God.
Fuck. Wow, so you're telling me this series gets worse. Got it.
It's only downhill from Code of Honor. That was the high point for the racism. It only gets way more racist from here.
Jesus.
Next time on first, any closing statements, any statements of fact or philosophy to begin on?
Read Settlers, fucking the myth of the white proletariat, because I feel like, had more people done that, we wouldn't have the last episode that I watched today.
What's the author's name?
George Sakai.
Boom. George Sakai?
Oh wait, no, not George Sakai. Fucking Jay Sakai. George Sakai is the fucking.
Wow, I didn't know George Takei was such a prolific anthropologist too. Cool.
Jay's
read 1491.
I swear to fucking God, if you leave that in.
Read 1491 by Alexander Zadig. Please read a Native People's History of the United States, written by Scott Bakula. All good things. All right, Brian, you got anything?
I don't know.
Okay. So, tune in next time on Left Trek. We'll be watching The Last Outpost. What's this? Oh, okay. So we've got to look forward to. We have the first appearance of the Ferengi. Ooh, we got a lot to talk about there. And then Where No One Has Gone Before. Oh God, the Wesley Handjob episode. Oh my God. Oh, this is.
Wait, what? Okay.
This one's gonna be really embarrassing.
Watch Deep Space Nine, everybody.
Maybe where you should start your Star Trek journey is on Deep Space Nine. Actually, well, the first few episodes of Deep Space Nine are pretty rough. It gets good pretty quick. It's a little rough at first. Let's all be honest here. Watch Enterprise. Hey, someone.
Don't watch Enterprise.
No,
Fuck that show. It's bad.
Someone complimented, like, oh, it's good not to hear people shitting on Enterprise. Let me deliver this hot take right now. Enterprise is good. I fucking love Enterprise. Okay, maybe love is too strong. I really like Enterprise. I really like a lot of Enterprise. I like the Xindi War. I like the acting. I like the characters. The thing I don't like is Rick Berman, the producer. this. A person who has in this podcast gone scarcely mentioned so far, I believe. He was like the authoritarian producer that's responsible for it once Gene Roddenberry dies, and he dies very, very, very soon into the direction of season 2, I believe, because he was just such a fucking asshole, and so he was just stressing himself out until he met an early grave. That's true. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. And so then Rick Berman takes over as like executive producer and really fucks everything up for a lot of people. Riker falls in love with a non-binary alien. Rick Berman makes sure that non-binary alien is played by a man, because Riker is played by a woman, because Riker cannot be in love with a character portrayed by a male actor. No, it's unacceptable. Even William Franks wanted it. He wanted it. A million things like that. He really takes over Enterprise and makes it really bad. There's this one character that they were desperately trying to. Fuck it, never fucking mind. I'm cutting all this out. Wreck for Enterprise, great show. I'm cutting that out too. See you next time. Bye.
I put it to you all. I think we shall end up with a fine crew, if we avoid temptation. So, number 1. Let's go to our next job.
Aye, sir. Helm, prepare for warp 3. Heading 294, Mark 37.
Warp 3 heading 294, Mark 37, sir.
Engage.